just got back from the post office and I have to rant for a second. Also, hello, good evening. Welcome to my night routine. I had to mail something to the state of California, to the government, which dealing with the government alone is annoying, but the fact that they don't allow us to fill out and submit forms online. I called them because I was like, hey, I can't access my account to fill out this form and submit this claim. And he was like, oh, well, people usually just mail it. And she's like, you can fax it if you want. I am 27 years old. I've never in my life used a fax machine. I think I'm millennial technically. I don't think I'm Gen Z. Why in 2023 are we still mailing things that could easily be turned in? I had to pay $50 at UPS because I had to mail 2 separate things. I had to print paper because also don't know how to use my printer at home. I sound so stupid, I promise. Printers, fax machines, like sending stuff, that will be my downfall. My printer at home does not work. It will not connect to the Wi-Fi, so I can't print. So I had to go to UPS, print out 21 pages because I had to send 3 separate, 3 stacks of paper to different places to submit this claim to the government. And it was just the people at UPS were so nice. So that experience wasn't bad, but the fact that I had to go and do that, and the United States is trillions of dollars in debt, and we couldn't have used any of that money to, I don't know, maybe make a system online. And also what I don't understand is that there are so many consultants that work for the government. I remember when I was working for Accenture, there are people on projects that were for city and state department levels. And you would think that one of those consultants, projects would be to make a better web system that doesn't take 10 freaking years to implement, because by that time it's going to be too late. Anyways, I'm annoyed. Anytime I have to deal with the government, I get in a very angry mood. Good start to the vlog. Good start. It's 6:30. Had to make sure I got there before they closed. But I worked from home today, and so I'm home early, and we're gonna get the night started. I have to clean. I have to do a little work for my podcast, and I've been trying to push my content creation work towards the end of the day. So I do Rella during the main chunk of the day, and then my stuff after work or before work. So I kind of feel like I'm working a 9 to 5 again, and then doing my content on the side, even though it's not a 9 to 5, it's a forever type of thing. It's a 24-hour type of thing. But I do try to separate that a little bit. So I'm gonna go upstairs. I just got some food delivered, my Sun Basket, which is those pre-made chef meals that come with the pre-portioned ingredients. And I'm gonna try to do that actually right now because I want to eat early, and then I want to spend the rest of the night cleaning, decompressing, and just chatting on the vlog. My hair is also super greasy. I haven't washed it in a week. I've been trying to not wash my hair and see how long I can go without washing it, because my hair has been so healthy lately, and I swear it's because I haven't washed it as much lately. My hair has grown so much more, it's healthier, and it's finally not getting greasy after 2 or 3 days. I used to wash it every other day, and I've been training my hair to last longer. So even though it's greasy, it's been a week. Make some food and show you guys my night routine. I wanted to pop in and just take a second to thank today's sponsor, which is BetterHelp. BetterHelp is definitely the easiest and most convenient way for therapy. One of the things I love about Gen Z is that they are destigmatizing therapy, because I definitely feel growing up when I was in high school or college, that was something that you didn't really talk about. I actually remember going to my first therapist in college and using the campus resources, and I just felt so awkward because I didn't know where to go. I felt a little uncomfortable in a very stuffy office, and I also wish that I could have switched my therapist. And so that is why I actually really love BetterHelp, is because it's therapy but at such a convenience for you. So if you want to do a video call, you can do a video call. If you want to do text messaging, you can do text messaging. You don't have to go into some stuffy office or doctor's office and wait in the waiting room with other patients and then go in. It's at your convenience, at your own time, and you can switch therapists at no cost. You don't have to worry about if they take your insurance or not when you're switching. Because finding the right therapist, I think, is similar to dating. And I think that that's why in the past, whenever I have started therapy in person, I've never stuck to it because I never liked my therapist. I got on BetterHelp for the first time about 2 or 3 years ago, and I actually really liked my therapist from the beginning, but it was so nice to know that it was an option to switch if I needed to. You guys know that I talk about how I've been feeling really anxious lately and how journaling has helped and how journaling is such a big part of my routine. Well, the reason why I actually started journaling was because my BetterHelp therapist told me that I should start journaling and get a journal, and that is something I have kept with me for the past few years, and I am almost done with that journal. But if I look back at the first entry, it was the things that we talked about in our therapy session. You want to try therapy if you've been scared to try it. I think now is the perfect time, especially as kind of like winter's coming. You might feel some seasonal depression. I just feel like there's a lot going on right now, and if you are someone that has been either like scared to try it or you don't know where to start, I think BetterHelp is such a good option, and you can actually get 10% off your first month using my code Natalie Barbu. So just go to betterhelp.com/Natalie Barbu. So thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring today's video. Just put a face mask on, and now I'm going to start to cook. Usually when I'm cooking dinner, this will be my time to either catch up with a friend, listen to a podcast, watch a YouTube video. I've been really into watching podcasts lately, so today I watched Brooke and Connor's podcast. It was with Codyco, and he is my favorite YouTuber. I am obsessed with him, and it was just a nice evening cooking, and it's like my me time. I honestly love moments when I can come home at a reasonable time and just spend like 30 minutes to an hour cooking and enjoying a video or a podcast, and this meal was super easy to make, and it was delicious. I also like to make sure that I clean as I cook. Sometimes I'll leave it for the end, but I always regret it and continuing listening to the podcast, and it makes time go by super quickly, so highly recommend. Okay, dinner is served. I made this buffalo chicken flatbread. It has celery, lettuce, and carrot salad on top with some red vinegar and also some watered down ranch that I accidentally put too much water in. I have my kombucha, and I'm watching Brooke and Connor's podcast with Codyco. So yeah, this is an ideal dinner. Just showered. I feel so good because, like I said, I hadn't washed my hair in a long time. So I'm gonna try this look. I don't know how it's gonna turn out in the morning, but I like just braided my hair with this robe belt. So we'll see how it looks. My hair is pretty wet, but it does dry quickly, so I think it will be fine. I am going to try to read before bed. I am reading this book called The Many Lives of Mama Love. I got Book of the Month as a birthday gift, I believe, from Natasha. So this one was one of the Book of the Months. I haven't read it yet, but it's about pretty much like a normal, regular mom. She had 3 or 4 kids, and she became a drug addict. She was doing heroin, she was doing meth, she was doing like all sorts of drugs, and she ended up in jail. And I don't know how the story ends, but like how she gets out of jail or how she redeems herself, because as of now she's facing a sentencing of like 30 years. But what she ended up doing is she ended up being like a prominent author and also like ghostwriter for a lot of famous books. And one of the books that she became a ghostwriter for was Anthony Ray Hinton's book, The Sun Does Shine. I believe that's what it's called. It is my favorite book that I've ever read in my life. And so when I found that out, I was like, I have to read this book. It's really good so far. I am trying to read 40 books by the end of the year, and I'm on number like 27 or 28, and it's the end of October. So I don't think I'm going to hit my goal because I would have to read a lot of books to reach that goal. But you know what? I'm not going to give up. I think I could potentially reach it. Maybe I'll give me some small books to read. I read A Little Life, which is like 800 something pages. So I feel like that should count as like 3 or 4 books, but I hated it, guys. I know that's controversial, but I thought that book was so bad. I thought it was a very unrealistic book that was just like, how much trauma can we fill into 800 pages? And the answer is a lot of trauma. So I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's essentially about a boy, or a group of friends, I should say. It's about a group of friends who is together from college onto like adulthood. You see them into like their 50s even. And there's one of the friends is like the main character, And he has a lot of trauma. He doesn't talk about his past. He doesn't talk about what happened to him. His friends don't know like his childhood or anything like that. But essentially, obviously, you can assume he's gotten abused. And when I say that no one has had as bad of a life as this guy, like from childhood to, there's so many like evil characters. Like I thought that one person would be an evil character, and then there just ended up being many more evil characters, and I don't want to spoil it. And then even bad stuff happens to him into adulthood. Like you think this guy's gonna catch a break, like okay, his childhood was awful, but no, like his life just continues to suck. Like it just continues to get worse and worse and worse. And I don't think it's realistic. Personally, I don't think that many bad things at that level happen. And also, I can't tell you why I don't like the book without spoiling it, but I did hate the ending. I thought the ending was absolutely horrible. And I was just like I wasn't even as like, oh my god, this is so sad. I was like, really, another thing happens to him. Like it just felt too much, like trauma porn, is how I would describe it. So it was not one of my favorite books. But people, it won like a bunch of awards and people love it, but I would recommend skipping the 800-page novel and reading another book instead. At the end of this year, I will do a recap of all the books I've read, because I am a big reader and I have a range of like random books that I've read. So I will do I was gonna say an episode. I mean, I guess I could make it a podcast episode, but I will do a YouTube video on that. I am going to try to get some reading done. It's already 10 o'clock and I do like to be in bed at this time, but I'm gonna read. Sorry. I'm getting work texts, so I'm actually gonna answer that, and then I'm gonna read, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. I am tired. But today I only have a 25-minute Pilates class or Pilates video, so I gave myself a little bit more time to sleep, which is nice. My hair turned out like super curly. I don't like the front pieces, but I can fix those with a curling iron. I like the back, so that's good. I'm gonna take my vitamins in the morning. I always do that first thing, and then we're gonna get to work. I feel like you've probably seen this all over Instagram, but I've been taking Armra Colostrum, and I swear this has helped so much with hair growth, with acne, with just feeling better in general. I do also want to try taking some mushrooms, so like ashwagandha or any other mushroom supplements, because I feel like my focus has been so horrible lately, and I've heard that mushrooms really help with that. So I think I'm gonna add that into my supplement routine too. But as of now, this Armra Immune Revival, I get the unflavored one, is like, it does wonders. I got my friend on it and she's like, it is literally a like miracle superfood. And then in the morning, I just take bovine liver supplement. So this I think has also helped with acne and hair growth. I take 2 probiotics, and then I take a magnesium. And I'm gonna add mushrooms to the mix because I desperately need help with focusing.
You wanted a little bit of an extra challenge, but I'm gonna do no equipment today. We're going into 50 seconds on work for not take as much rest. We will start with a little bit of...
And then I got ready and headed to the office, got my coffee for the day, and that was my morning and night routine. Hope you guys enjoy and stay tuned for the next vlog.